that particular 34 million view video with Donald Trump on Joe Rogan had more views than all of mainstream media combined over the weekend. Isn't that crazy? Good afternoon, Outliers. Happy Monday. I hope you had the best weekend. We had a weekend full of, Little League sports and all that kind of stuff. And yesterday had an afternoon off, which we haven't had in ages. So my wife and I just chilled while the kids ran around the house. I tell you what, having just a little bit of free time, man, is that so nice. A little bit of recharge time. But I tell you what, a lot is going on in the world, right? We've got Halloween this week. We've got the vote next week. I managed to vote yesterday after church. We went to the courthouse and voted. So it was really awesome. Cast my vote for the only president that should be president. That would be Donald J. Trump, right? So I was super stoked to do that. I had told my younger son, Elliot, I was like, I'm going to let you push the button for Donald Trump. He's like, all right, this is going to be great. He's 9. And we get in there and they're like, he cannot touch the ballot machine whatsoever. And I was like, oh, man, poor kid. Had to dash his hopes, but at least he got to be part of it. Good to see everybody. Dave, good to see you. Randy. Michael says, talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose. Jean-Louis here. Donna's here. Michael's here. Good to see everybody. Hey, did you get a chance to watch the Joe Rogan podcast over the weekend? I saw it just a little bit ago. It's up to 34 million views. That is pretty crazy. It's I think it's of like the top 3 or 4 of the Joe Rogan podcasts ever. Good to see you, Wes. So definitely one that a lot of people are checking out. But according to this particular video, it says Joe Rogan bombshell on Kamala Harris. She is ignoring his calls and Lex Friedman, and Trump sets a record. So curious to see what he's going to talk about here.
Yeah, she hasn't said no either. People keep saying she said no. I said I would have a conversation with her like a human being. That's all I want to do. That's literally all I want to do.
That's trouble.
I want to know what is it like to be. I don't even give a fuck about all the stuff she's talked about policies and all these different things. We know her positions.
Yeah. You asked Trump about whether or not he thought he lost the 2020 election. I would hope you at least ask her 1 or 2 questions about policy, especially as it gets related to censorship. But again, I think anytime Kamala Harris talks, it's good for Trump. So I want her. I'm begging her. As somebody who wants Trump to win this fall, I am begging her to go on.
Like, who are you?
Just be real.
Who are you?
The crazy thing with Kamala is
she would be well served to step into the lion's den.
No, she's not, though, because she can't do it.
I would be willing to talk about anything other than politics. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck
know who she is.
Like, if there were some certain things they didn't want to talk about, like, fine, I don't care. Let's talk. I want to know who you are.
So she has refused the invitation. That's just quite frankly the truth of it.
Show like this. Can you imagine Kamala doing this show?
I could imagine her doing the show.
She'd be laying on the floor.
She was supposed to do it, and she might still do it, and I hope she does.
She's not going to.
I will talk to her like a human being. I would try to have a conversation with her.
If she did this kind of an interview with you, I hope she does, because it would be a mess. She'd be laying on the floor comatose. You'd be saying, call in the medics.
I think we'd have a fine conversation. I think I'd be able to talk to her. I wouldn't try to interview her. I just try to have a conversation with her and hopefully get to know her as a human being. That was my goal, having her on, trying to get her to express herself just as I don't think these formats are good. I don't think that 2 people, first of all, I hate the idea of the presidential debates because I hate the idea of a time limitation on complex ideas. Also, you have to break.
I think you have to have the debates, though.
Right, but the way they do the debates, I think, is the wrong.
I mean, look at what's happened. The Donald Trump episode almost certainly has passed this JRE. The episodes, it is the 3rd most popular Joe Rogan Experience episode in history. Now, there's some Elon Musk episode that's got like 60 million views that doesn't show up in the sorting. I don't know why that is. But I feel like somebody pointed that out to me. But as it stands right now, by the way, this is just YouTube. His primary platform is Spotify. So you have 2 days ago, 33 going on 34 million. Certainly going to pass this one. Is the 3rd most popular episode of the Joe Rogan Experience in history. Will almost certainly pass Joe Rogan and Edward Snowden. I don't know if it'll pass the Bob Lazar one. Bob Lazar has 61 million views in 5 years. The reason it probably won't pass the Bob Lazar one is because that one's just evergreens. That it's difficult to, the Trump one is really relevant for a week. Bob Lazar, even Elon, these have more evergreen, power. But look at what happened after Trump did Joe Rogan's podcast. Now, granted, okay, he has a lot of followers the way it is, but he gained 500,000. This is a guy that already has 18 million. So he had a huge subscriber bump, and also, had 1.7 billion views back in June when he put all his videos back on. But if you look at here, June he gained 300, August he gained 200, September he only gained 100. So he was, the hype was dying down a little bit. I mean, obviously Joe Rogan is still the biggest.
I mean, these numbers are huge. I was listening to a different video this morning. They were saying that particular 34 million view video with Donald Trump and on Joe Rogan had more views than all of mainstream media combined over the weekend. Isn't that crazy? Right? One podcast just on YouTube had more views than all of mainstream media combined, which really tells you that mainstream media is no longer mainstream, right? Who's actually going to I don't know, ABC for their news, right? I mean, my parents do. Well, they go to Fox News because they're smart. But I mean, they're in their 70s, right? They're late 70s. Most people who are my age, my mid 30s here, clinging on to my mid 30s with every little bit of hair left on my head. Yeah, they're not tuning into these stations, right? So I don't know where these people are going, but the new media is definitely taking over, right? Good to see you, Peter. Hey, Tug. Good afternoon. But I tell you what, we really need to jump into our market analysis. A lot's going on right now. All right, still loading here. Hang on. Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. This is where we save time, make money, and start winning together. Start winning with less risk, I should say, together as a team. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm your rich Uncle Chris. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009. I'm a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of trading using the OVTLYR data. Now, I call it the golden ticket trading strategy, but real quick, how does OVTLYR work? Number one, it's a 4-step process. OVTLYR monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. OVTLYR determines if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy, and by how much. Number 3, OVTLYR gives buy and sell signals when those irrational behaviors reach an extreme. And number 4, allows you to get into the stock before the OVTLYR move happens. So let's jump right into our member highlight of the day over on the Discord. So Wes, I'm super stoked because Wes said he is taking advantage of the downtime with negative market breadth to go through lots of stocks and put together a dossier of stocks that seem to do really well with OVTLYR signals, organized by sector and put together and the expectancy of each under positive market breadth master key conditions. It's pretty time consuming, but I think it'll be worth the effort long term. While doing this, I'm noticing some really interesting things I would not have thought about prior to this analysis. So that is super exciting, Wes. I'm very excited to hear what you find out. And then Max noticed something. We had a sell signal on the SPY today. And then we had another person, Joda Stores, said, for that signal, where would you put your stop loss? So I wanted to just chime in on here real quick, right? Last summer was when I first got access. I guess I shouldn't say first got. I think it was around early last year, early 23. I got access to OVTLYR. And during that time, we had, several buy and sell signals. But the sell signal that came in June, right here, June 23rd, I learned a lot from because my logic, and you could go back on YouTube and actually find that exact time frame where that happened. My logic was, hey, if we got a sell signal on the SPY, I need to be starting to go short the market. Unfortunately, the market was like, big mistake, Chris, right? We're in an uptrend right here. So it was buy right here, sell to cash right here, and then buy again, right? So that was a sell to close signal. Now, Chris, on June 23rd of 2023, it's still going to go a whole year back. Hang on. June 23rd of 2023, started his layering into shorts, which is a terrible thing to do, as you can see, because the market was absolutely trending higher. I wasn't looking at the market per se. I was giving more importance to this sell signal. But during that time, as I lost tons of money and Sebastian wanted to come through the computer and choke me, we learned that these signals here are not always like an open position, right? This is a buy to open, sell to close. This would be a buy to open, sell to close. This would absolutely not be a sell to open. This is a buy to open. This is a sell to close kind of thing, right? When you're in an uptrend and you see a sell signal, that's not a sell to open. That's a sell to close, meaning going to cash, not buying puts, not shorting stocks. So that's where my head was at when I saw that when that came today, right? We're inside this uptrend. If we go to today real quick, I mean, we're in a very strong bullish trend at the moment that I would not start betting against at all. But that is a sell to close signal in my opinion. So back to the Discord here. I wrote out, I wouldn't go short on that signal today. This is more of a sell to close than a sell to open. What I found is sell signals within uptrends are a great place to cash out, whereas sell signals and downtrends are a great place to start looking to go short. But I always use a half ATR value as my stop loss. So I really want to make sure that nobody was jumping on this. Hey, we got to start shorting the market right now, because I don't think that we're ready for that anytime soon. But be sure to share your stories in the Discord, right? We're always trying to look in any way that we can help you out. And don't forget, the first rule of Outlier is you tell everyone about Outlier. And hit the like button. I know you're already subscribed, so do me a favor, hit that like button. It lets YouTube tell everybody as well. Now, let's go take a look at the market real quick. We do have the 10 over the 20, price over the 50. We've seen from the buy signal to the sell signal on the SPY, it went up about 2%, 11 and a third dollars over that time period there. Now it is currently over the 10 EMA, so it's currently still in a bullish trend, 10, 20, 50. The segment, we're a couple dollars off all-time highs, about $5 off of all-time highs. So I am absolutely not saying now is the time to go short. Not at all. In fact, all-time highs are very bullish. So this is absolutely, consider it a sell to close signal. Let's go to the next step here, which is market breadth. Now, interestingly, market breadth has been waning. Market breadth has been going down, right? That's the number of stocks on the bull list right here. We have 15 new stocks on the bull list today, 15 new buy signals versus 46 new sell signals today, including Apple. So yeah, I would absolutely say now is not the time to be going long, nor the time to be going short. Now is the time to be holding cash, especially going into the election. A lot's going to be changing over here the next couple of weeks or so. I am very sure about that. So the master key is all locked up right now. I won't be trading. But in the meantime, I did want to continue working on New Trader, Rich Trader, right? This is, in my opinion, one of the top 5 books that you should have as a trader. It might cost you $10. You can get on Audible. You can get on Kindle. You can get a paper copy, whatever. The first time I ever got, I have it on all 3. In fact, I have it on Kindle, paperback, and Audible. And the first time that I went through it, it was on Kindle, and I went through and I highlighted all my notes from that. So we're on chapter 3 right now. Chapter 3 is new traders are impatient and look for constant action. Rich traders are patient and wait for entry and exit signals. I can always tell. This is so easy to tell. When somebody is new to trading and they come in the Discord and they're like, oh, I'll take this and that. Oh, what do you think about this and that? Oh, let's do this, right? And it's like, hold your horses. I can tell you're probably new to this. Just because there's things to do doesn't mean you should do them. In fact, one of my other top 5 trading books is Trading in the Zone. And that's what Mark Douglas says in there. He's like, his quote is something like, there are unlimited possibilities of things you could do in the market because nobody's sitting there tell you you should or shouldn't do anything. That gives you the opportunity to do anything you want. But that doesn't mean you should, right? So new traders are impatient, look for constant action. Rich traders are patient and wait for entry and exit signals. The best example I ever had of that is I was on a business trip and I had my iPad and I got in the back of an Uber and I'm driving down the road and I don't remember the circumstance, but I had almost a full boat of nothing on in my portfolio, right? Maybe 1 or 2 positions. And I'm like, well, I got nothing else to do. I got all this cash on. Let me go ahead and put some trades on. So I'm in the back of an Uber, selling put spreads on everything, right? Not looking at chart, not making a plan, not knowing where I'm going to get in or out. And by the time I got out of the Uber, I was completely in, right? The whole portfolio was in. And I even remember showing my wife, I was like, look at all these trades I got on. Like, wow, aren't I a genius? And it's like, I didn't really have a plan on those. I was just thinking, hey, I got money to burn. Let's go burn some. And I probably burnt way more than I should have in that process. So while a new trader was watching this particular trade happening, he started to question himself. What was he doing? Hey, he had no exit strategy. He had no idea why he had just bought those shares. You ever been in that circumstance? Have you ever put on a trade and you're like, I have no idea why I bought this? Especially when it's not working. I don't know why in the world I did that. This is not working out great. Did you even have an exit strategy when you bought those shares? It's super common, right? Don't feel bad about it. He didn't realize at the time, but greed was his motivator. And in the future, it was going to ask him to make some bad decisions. Maybe trying to create a trading plan during trading hours wasn't the best idea. And so that, we go through my particular trading plan every day, and I like to preface it and say, this is my style of trading, right? Because it may not be for you, right? You might be the kind of person that wants to buy tons of out of the money options because you like the idea of the options going up 200, 300, 400%, right? I'm content with it going up 10, 20%, maybe 30, 40%, right? And you're probably thinking to yourself, but Chris, why would you do that, right? You got to get those out of the money options. Well, no, right? It's a different style of trading, right? The YOLO options are not for me. The YOLO options are not for pro investors. The YOLO options are there so that people who are impatient and novices can give their money to the more patient and more skilled traders, right? What is it? There's old traders and bold traders, but you never see old bold traders. That's the old adage. What causes overtrading or spontaneous trading? Rich trader paused and reflected before replying. Well, it can be a number of things, including not having a solid trading plan, getting impatient, looking for excitement, or being arrogant and thinking that you're smarter than other traders. Right? Not having a solid trading plan, getting impatient. Oh, I think impatience is the hardest skill to master as a trader. I mean, consider it this way, right? Imagine that you are becoming a downhill skier. Right? You have to have patience for snow. You can't, well, there's probably like roller blades or something you could put on, but you can't go downhill ski until you have snow. So it's like you can't put on trades until you've got your setup, right? Consider it that, right? You've got ideas in place, you've got time, but you don't have to do anything. So many people who get into this sector, this job, if you want to call it that, and they want instant action. They want to be doing something every single day because they feel that if they as a trader are not trading, then they are therefore not a trader. I couldn't disagree more. As you can see, I will sit on the sidelines for weeks. One of my very favorite quotes, and I can't remember who said it. It's one of the market wizards. He says, I wait for my trades to set up to where it's as easy as picking candy off the floor in the corner, right? Or shooting fish in a barrel, if you want to consider it that way. Where it's like you just have to sit and wait and not do anything until it sets up. And then once it sets up, then you can go. But in the meantime, just hang out. There's no reason to be impatient. I would suggest that you only trade money. I would suggest you only trade only to make money. Let me read that one more time. I would suggest that you trade only to make money, not for entertainment or to prove something to yourself. Profitable trading is often boring. Said that many times. Good trading is really boring. If you already know what you're going to do before you trade, it takes a lot of excitement out of it. If you have a trading plan and a good system in place, there are no spontaneous trades. This is Chris in a nutshell. You will spend your time waiting for entry signals and exit signals. You will learn that your system makes you money in the long term, but your ego loses you money in the short term. Trade your system and not your opinions. I'm going to read that one more time because this is me in a nutshell, right? If you already know what you're going to do before you trade, it takes a lot of the excitement out of it. If you have a trading plan with a good system in place, there are no spontaneous trades. You will spend your time waiting for entry signals and exit signals. You will learn that your system makes you money in the long term, but your ego loses you money in the short term. Trade your system and not your opinions. That was a popular point that was highlighted on there apparently. Do your planning and research while the market is closed. Trade your system when the market is open. It's better to do nothing than to do what is wrong. For whatever you do it to yourself. That's a quote from Buddha. Oh, that gives me a little goosebumps there. Randy says, out of the money trades or lottery trades. Michael says, I like Wes's idea. Take that downtime to study. Yeah, that's what we're doing, right? I want to give you the best experience possible, which is why when we have downtime, let's study, let's read up, let's plan. Peter says, trade in an impulse trade, nice chart, but after buy, I saw a 22K volume. I don't know if that was good or bad. 22K volume on like the shares is probably really bad. Objective traders have a quantified method, system, rules, and principles that they use to trade. They get in a trade based on facts, and they get out where there is based on price action. Objective traders have a written trading plan to guide them. They use objective historical price action, charts, probabilities, risk management, and their edge and outlier. They react to what is happening only if it can be quantified. No hunches here. No feelings. They go with the flow of price action and not the flow of their emotions. Don't attach your ego to trades. Be the trader that witnesses the trade from an emotional distance with respect and curiosity. If you can put some space between yourself and the trade, you'll become more accurate and more profitable. Yeah, this is a really good chapter. So this was chapter 3, right? Yeah. We'll be covering chapter 4 tomorrow. But I want to make sure, like we're talking about here, right? We are always giving you the best content possible. And right now, while I'm not trading, I want to make sure I can teach you as much as I can. So Peter says that was definitely bad. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you for coming to today's Outlier Trading Room, right? I know you could be doing anything in the world, and I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me. We couldn't do this without you, and we want to pay you back every single day by helping you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. Oh, Peter says, do you have an estimate on the new platform? Oh, yeah, Mahesh was trying to get done by the end of the month. I don't know. I'm speaking with Mahesh on Wednesday. We have our regular Wednesday meeting. I don't know. Maybe really soon. I don't know 100%. Good question, though. I'd like to know. Dave says, we appreciate all your information. No, you are awesome. Don't tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Trying to help you save time, make money, start winning with less risk together as a team. Don't forget, this sale will end on Friday. Yeah, November 1st. You can get the annual plan for just $329. That's just 90 cents a day. So you definitely want to pick that up. You're very welcome, Peter. And let us know if you need anything in the Discord. Don't forget, tell everybody about Outlier, hit the like button, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and we'll chat soon. Talk later.